Hoyo everybody, welcome back to the channel. Recently, Sony announced the arrival of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, if you guys watched my last video, you'll know that I haven't been too thrilled with how the modern day console generation has been going. I feel like there are a lot of flaws in it that really remove the magic of what made gaming really fun, and I just found it lacking. Now, with this announcement, this is the first big console upgrade for this current generation. Will it be the thing to save this current generation of gaming? No. No, it won't. Let's get into why. First point, though, we definitely need to address when it comes to its console release is the price point. Right now, if you bought a PlayStation 5, you could get one for $500 new at most retailers. I'm sure you could find it for less, but we'll use $500 as a base price. Now, the contentious part that everyone hates about the PlayStation 5 Pro, it is marketed right now at $700. Now, a $200 up price, let's talk about what you get from it, because who knows? Maybe if it's like a console level upgrade, maybe it would be worth that $200, right? Well, I hate to tell you guys this, but the benefits you get from this upgrade are not worth the $200, and if anything, the PlayStation 5 Pro is missing more than it gives you. Let's break it down. So the stream they did said that there were basically three major upgrades to the PlayStation 5 Pro's performance. One of them was a bigger GPU, among other things, but let's just get to the practical benefits that you get from this new console. One thing we saw is that the frame rate on graphically demanding games was significantly better than the PlayStation 5. That's a great thing, but I would just argue that them showing it off like this made the PlayStation 5 look bad and didn't really make the PlayStation 5 Pro look much better. The kind of performance we're seeing from this console is kind of what we should have seen from the beginning, right? Like, you buy a console, the game should be optimized to play and run at a decent frame rate and not be choppy. That's now what we're getting with the PlayStation 5 Pro, but the base model should have performed like that. Maybe now the PlayStation 5 Pro, if it's running games at like 90 or 120 FPS, that's a very good upgrade, but the base PlayStation 5 should play most games at 60 FPS consistently. And from what we saw from the footage of Last of Us Part 2, that's not what the console is doing. It honestly is doing my job for me. It's making the current gen look worse than it should be. It should not be performing that way. But that aside, the performance, it looks like the biggest selling point for this upgrade, and it is very nice. The other main point of their presentation was going into the graphical fidelity. Now, does the fidelity look better on PlayStation 5 Pro? I guess, sure. I'll just say for the benefit of the doubt, it looks better. But here's the moral of the story. It does not look good enough to rationalize a $200 increase in price. It's the minorest of minor upgrades. It's like if I went into the settings on my PC and I bumped up like low to medium on a few minor settings. That's what the upgrade looks like on the PlayStation 5 Pro. That point is not significant enough to rationalize this price increase. It is just ridiculous. Now, we need to talk about what this console is missing, and it is very bad. And it's very bad because of the price point they're trying to sell this console for. If you're going to charge $700, a $200 up price on your console, you better include everything and make it totally worth that $200 upgrade. Here's what the console is missing. There is no stand. Now, do you need a stand? I personally wouldn't say you need it, but for that safety of mind, for that display, I mean, Sony, you can afford to give your customer base a stand if they're gonna pay $200 extra for your console. It not coming with a stand, that's pretty ridiculous. But the worst thing, the absolute tragedy of this console and why it should fail and why it will probably fail is because it does not come with a disc drive. The PlayStation 5 Pro, for everything it does with the performance, cannot play physical discs at launch. You can buy a disc drive for it, but you're already paying $700 for this console and it doesn't have disk reading capabilities. That is absolutely ridiculous and a total embarrassment for this announcement, to be honest. Again, is the performance nice? Sure, it's good. Is the graphic improvement good? No, it's barely noticeable. But the fact that this console does not have things that the base release had and is being marked up so high just shows how little this console's value is. Another problem with the announcement of this release is that the marketing is just horrible. I've already gone on in my past video about how both consoles currently have very lacking libraries when it comes to exclusive content. And this would have been a perfect opportunity to just announce one. Maybe in a perfect world, I'm just going to throw a number out there. Maybe 3 exclusive titles to kick off the hype for this console. But no, we all, if you want a PlayStation 5, you get your PlayStation 5 Pro, what are you running at that higher fidelity? You're still stuck with just Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh wait, you have Final Fantasy VII 16, right? Yeah, that's coming to PC, buddy. And it's just an embarrassment. The library is just not big enough to justify buying this console at this price point, and the lacking features, all of it. The PlayStation 5 Pro, like, just to make it completely clear, is not an investment with enough value to justify its price point. It's just not. You can play games at higher fidelity, at higher frame rates, and with this increased price point, at a better price point if you had just built a PC. Now, I'll get more into PC. I'm not going to make a huge segue about it because I have a whole video I'm planning to talk about the benefits of PC, and I'm just going to say PC is the best way to game right now, and it's not even close. But the point of the story is that $700 you could invest towards this new PlayStation would have infinitely more value going towards a PC. In addition to this, there's one problem that we need to address with the PlayStation 5 Pro that is a problem with this whole generation of consoles, but is doubly so with this, is the lack of backwards compatibility. So in addition to a limiting library after 4 years of this console generation, this generation also has the worst backwards compatibility of any of the generations. I'll make a whole video about this, but the matter of the fact is you can spend $700 to get your upgraded ×2 PlayStation 4, but you honestly could just stick with your PlayStation 4. These 4 years that you've been playing on your PlayStation 5, you didn't really need to upgrade from the beginning, and it's basically just a souped up PlayStation 5, and now you've got the souped up PlayStation 5 version 2.0. It's really disappointing. I mean, their expectations weren't that this console should be like a PlayStation 6 equivalent, like it's not supposed to be a generational upgrade, but you're charging generational upgrade worth of price on it without providing the value that it needs. So look back to the question I posed at the beginning of this video, will this console be successful? Honestly, it doesn't provide the value, and I don't see it being successful. In addition to that, does it change anything when it comes to the blandness or the lack of magic when it comes to this console generation? No, and if anything, it just doubles down on all of the things that have made the ninth generation of consoles such a mid and unsatisfactory experience. PlayStation 5 Pro is an utter disappointment, and I wouldn't be surprised if a price drop happens soon, because it just does not provide the value that consumers will need. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Hey, if you got this far in the video, tell me about your thoughts in the comment section below, and please subscribe because I wouldn't want you to miss any of the content. Yo, everybody.